Hey guys, welcome back. All right, so this is going to be today's topic. It is going to be for the 19th of May, and I'm trying to decide what deck to use. I had like 3 different ones in my hands, and none of them feel right. So let's go this route, and then I'm still surveying here. So I'm indecisive. Maybe that's going to factor in. Okay, then again, maybe not. We have the scythe, and then we have the key. So first off, the scythe comes in and cuts away the unnecessary. The key unlocks the cage that again didn't ever need to be locked, right? And this, I always look at this as a metaphor for like the bird cage is our rib cage, and that rose inside is our heart. Someone didn't need to have their heart trapped, and maybe that's being revealed. Oh, that's nice. I like that. Got a little puppy dog. The dog is loyalty. A puppy represents a new beginning and loyalty. And we see this little pup who's coming and saying, hey, I'm bringing you my leash and collar. Would you like me to be your dog? This is a wonderful opportunity, possibly at new love. Instead of feeling like, oh, I'll never love again, this is saying, how could we ever think that when there are, 8.4 billion people on the planet? Because we had a heartbreak, or because we had 10 heartbreaks, or because we had 1,000 heartbreaks, there's still 8 billion people. So to think that we would never love again is a little bit ridiculous when we put it into the, like, just sheer numerical odds. The idea that we'll never love again is, those odds are pretty slim. There are wonderful humans that we've never even had the privilege of meeting yet. And I think that's the big thing. Maybe this person is having this sudden, like, eye-opening, like, why was I thinking love is over for me? There will be no others. I don't know anyone who probably hasn't felt like that at some point in life. I know I have, but I can be a melodramatic queen sometimes. And I freely say that because I can look back at times in my life and go, oh my God, how embarrassing. Like today, it's so not a big deal. And at the time, it was the biggest deal in the world. And I would argue it was still really big deals, right? Things that derailed your life. No, we're not talking little breakups. We're talking the kind of things that, have massive repercussions, then massive cleanups for a long time to come, and takes, a decade and a half of your life away from you, and all those things, from the heartbreak that has to be healed from, or invested time that was lost, all those things are very serious, right? I'm not minimizing it, but this character is on the other side of that and is having this breakthrough, this thought process of, for all that I have lost, for all that I have been wounded in, for all the things that didn't go right, for all the time that I spent and got nothing for it, you know what? There's still another day for me ahead. There's still billions of other people I've never met. And to think that I would never fall for someone again, that there isn't any good person out there is just ridiculous. That's kind of the perspective that our character has. Now, please remember, these are all fictional stories, and I am never speaking to you, no matter who you are in this world. I'm not a psychic. I do not know you, and I would not speak to you like this if I did. I will oftentimes use myself as an example instead, especially in a message like this, because I know for somebody who's in the midst of a big heartbreak, like, to be told, oh, it's not that big a deal is like, excuse me? You don't know what you're talking about. And I totally get that. But I'm not talking about anyone real. I'm talking about this character. And I tell the story off of the cards that we get. Okay. And this card says we've cut through something and we freed ourselves from something. And now it feels so simple, and it feels so obvious that, wait a minute. No matter how old I am, no matter how many years I was in a terrible situation that made my heart feel like it was in a cage, I don't have to stay in that cage. I can have amazing things again. That my future is still unwritten. That's what this is. It's very much a strong message of like somebody who's feeling empowered again. And I would just say we should look at, how did that person get to feel that way again? Because that's like, if there were a simple elixir that we could just, like Alice in Wonderland, a little eat me or drink me thing that just makes, everything all better. That would be amazing, right? Here's the thing though, this is a new person for sure that somebody is starting to chit chat with. Maybe someone is also like starting to just reconnect or connect with a whole group of friends. The birds can be socialization, and because they are birds, it's about a return. Birds are migratory. This is a return of better times for this character, a return of first a better thought process, a more uplifted energy, a sense of emotional freedom again, a sense of hope, and a sense of kinship, friendship. Like good times are ahead finally again for this character. But as I said, I want to ask, how did this character, what's the magic thing that helped this character have this breakthrough? Because hopefully any character who's been stuck will be able to duplicate this breakthrough, if only we could figure out the magic button to push. A 10 of Wands in the reverse. So first off, this character might have looked at, where is the heavy weight that I'm still dragging around? And if we look closely at this card, it is behind her, there is a skeleton all the time. And she looks in the mirror, but she doesn't really see herself. She's looking, it's like we may as well always be looking in the rear view. She had to first identify that that's what she's been doing. This could be somebody who stopped seeing. Let's make it really just obvious, and not make this a metaphor. When we've been in a place of hurt and pain, sometimes every time we look in the mirror, we're not seeing ourselves at all. We're maybe seeing, oh yeah, probably that person that I was with before left me because, my nose is a little too big. Any imperfection that we have, that's what we're going to look at. We're always going to look, and we're always going to think to the thing that we are negative about, and that negative thing, we're going to find reasons to reinforce the reason that negative thing happened. So anytime we look in the mirror, we don't see, wow, I'm really attractive. Wow, I'm 72 and I look freaking fantastic. This is a great color on me. Wow, I'm 35, and you know what? I'm glad that I've got, sparkle in my eyes, and I can go get a sassy haircut or something, and I like me. I think that was the first thing that this character hadn't seen in a long time. That's one of the first big breakthroughs. It's like, oh my gosh, I hadn't looked at me in a long time to see what I'm worth, to see how handsome or beautiful I truly am. I think that this was a character who needed a chance to first identify. What helped them identify that they hadn't been seeing themselves as they really are? Seven of Cups, Queen of Wands. Okay, so first off, this Seven of Cups is sideways. I'm going to say it could very well be somebody, so a Queen of Wands it doesn't have to be a feminine, but a Queen of Wands is somebody who is pretty swaggering, sultry, sexy, powerful. They feel really good about themselves, and they might have turned to this lead character one day and said, damn, ain't you a hottie? What are you doing, dressing frumpy when you got, a hottie with a naughty body? Like, if I was you, I'd be wearing something skin tight. A Queen of Wands gives a sincere compliment, says it like she sees it, and it might have shaken this person. Maybe somebody needs to hear something like that from someone bold enough to tell them that. This could have been somebody that was flirting with someone, or it could have just been like a friend, a colleague, a sister, a family member, masculine or feminine, doesn't matter. But it's somebody who is pretty self-confident. And if that self-confident, sexy, swaggering person turns and goes, damn, you look good, that could be enough where this person was kind of like shocked awake. Like, wait a second, I haven't looked at myself in so long. I haven't even thought of myself as an attractive being. I haven't even thought of myself as a sensual being. I have stopped seeing myself in the mirror as anything other than that person who had a bad thing happen to them, the reason that somebody didn't want me, the reason I was discarded, the reason I'm damaged goods, all of that negativity. Kind of like, this is such a great reminder, because we never know when we are actually the Queen of Wands, when we might be the person who comes across to someone else's eyes as like this person who's really confident. And it's like such a great reminder to give people those compliments. You don't know how much you can change somebody's day when you see somebody and they look fly, or there's something awesome about them, or, you know, it's like, you just notice like, wow, you have the most amazing eyes, you know, just those sincere compliments. Like if humans actually said more of the positive things that they were thinking about each other, total strangers, just as a like, good on you, that looks fantastic, and then just go on about their way, you don't know how much that could like totally rock somebody's world and get them over that hump of like, oh my God, a total stranger just told me that I look good. And I know that they meant it. They just said it out of the blue. Huh. Maybe I should look at myself a little closer. I haven't looked at myself in a long time. And that got them thinking. That got them, I don't even think that they were really confused, because when a Queen of Wands says something, she says it like she means it, because she does. If she doesn't mean, she's not going to say it. Queen of Wands is super self-satisfied. She says it like it is. If somebody doesn't like it, oh well, sorry. Doesn't make it less true. You know, she's got that attitude. So when she gives a compliment, especially, it doesn't have to be like flirtatious at all. It just is going to come across as like somebody says it like they mean it. And that's why it sunk in. They didn't immediately go like, why'd this person say this to me? Oh, I'm so confused. They kind of were like, universe, did you seriously just send that person toward me to give me a compliment to shake me out of this melancholy and make me really see myself through the eyes that other people see me through? Total strangers that see my value. And here I was worried about the one person on earth, that ex-lover, that didn't see my value when everybody else does. You know, so who matters more? Probably not the one person that didn't see my value, but instead total strangers who see more in me. People who are, you know, like that is maybe, it just helps bring this person back into reality. Because I think that this character was lost for a little while in just probably some hurt and pain. And I only suggest that because we saw that cage. When we get caged, oh, there is a song that is so amazing, by Phosphorescent. And it's called, I think it's called Song for Zulu or Zula. I think it's Zulu. And the lyrics in it are just amazing. But it is about, I mean, it captivates the concept of heartbreak and when we're bitter about love. It's like some of the greatest lyrics I've ever heard to describe that. And he even talks about love, you know, and the cage factors into it. Phosphorescent, yeah, Song for Zulu. Anyway, it's an amazing track, but that is making me think of that right now. And it's a great depiction of what hurt feels like. And then we're seeing this whole storyline is not about that hurt. It's about somebody coming out the other side of it and what helped them get to the other side. So now tell me just a little bit about this. Actually, let's change decks. Tell me about that little dog, because that's the amazing. We have Go the Distance and Message in a Bottle. So like I said, this looks like a start of new love, new opportunity, something that this character didn't think that they would have. The fact that it's a new love and it's message in a bottle, this could start as online, or this could start with two people who bump into each other and they don't live in the same place, but maybe there is a distance to travel, and maybe it's like, hey, I'd love to, oh, I don't care if you're on the other side of town. I would come over and see you. You know, it's when somebody actually wants to invest some energy, they'll find a way to make it work. Both people will find a way to make it work because they want to. I want to talk to you. Doesn't matter if we live in different places and it's going to be tough to, you know, have our schedules work out. We're going to find a way to make it work. Doesn't matter if you're far away. Doesn't matter if it's 15 minutes or 15 hours. We'll find a way. That's what this looks like. And I think it's so refreshing to have, it's like we're seeing the difference between relationships that are not really meant for us, that collapse and leave us feeling like we're buried in a pile of rubble, versus relationships that, you know, two people are interested and invested, and then it's easy. Like there aren't huge obstacles. We make it work. I mean, are there obstacles? Sure, but that's the point. We'll make it work. And then it doesn't have to be impossible. And it's someone who wants to put in effort. It's just kind of obvious. Could be a Knight of Coins. Could be somebody who, I don't know why I want to say like maybe they have a slow drawl or something. I don't look at this as somebody who necessarily moves slow, because that puppy is making their intentions known. I feel like this is somebody whose behavior is like sexy, slow, and easy, but not because it's like, oh, I don't really care what happens, or I'm going to take, 7 months to ever get around to asking you out. It's more like this character could have that laid back vibe where it's like they say what they're thinking, but they kind of don't rush anything. They take their time in conversation. They take, oh yeah, this is nice. They take their time because they see somebody of high value, that Queen of Coins. They want that Queen of Coins to like really focus on them. They want to make a conversation linger. They want to draw her out. They want her full attention. They might think, I feel like this person is a deep thinker, but the things that they say could be quite profound and like wry humor. And I almost never get stuff like that off of this card. They may come across as like a serious countenance, and that the things that they say could be quite endearing and quite funny and quite unexpected, because their timing could be really interesting, kind of a different tempo to this character. Great conversation, but they may want to like have things linger, really make it a conversation of value, because they think that they're dealing with a Queen of Coins. They see someone who is extremely worthy of spending time with. They want to take it slow. They really want to like savor and get to know this person and let this person get to know them. So our Queen of Coins is our lead character here, whether they're masculine or feminine. It's nice that in such a fast-paced world, this entire story is taking it down a couple thousand notches. We're talking about being like freed up from something that hurt, and then kind of our whole focus is shifting, our perception is shifting about love and about, the comfort zone. I mean, think about raising a puppy. It takes a lot of patience. Let me tell you, I wouldn't have traded it for anything, but my Aries, who he is today, these 2 years, I've had him since he was born, and my pup is, I mean, you have to be constantly a parent to them, always, always, always. Otherwise, your pup doesn't turn out to be a well-adjusted little fuzzy thing. And I just feel like a relationship doesn't just become a relationship without attention, genuine caring, genuine interest. That's what this character wants. Is they want to build something with this Queen of Coins. So no wonder this is going to be a real investment. And last but not least, let's look at the birds. 10 of Cups. Telling you, this character's whole life, all aspects of their life are getting better. Their conversations with friends are more meaningful. They have more joy in their lives in general. Maybe they will start building, common friendships with people that know there's this Knight of Coins. Whatever this is, it boils it down to saying, when we think highly of ourselves and we feel better about ourselves, the very words that we speak have like maybe more uplifted vocabulary. Like we're vibing higher, our thoughts are going to be a little higher vibe. The way, the music that we listen to is going to be more really kind of like fun and uplifting. The way that we interact, the people that we hang out with, it's all going to keep like generating more joy and more positivity and more support. And I feel like everything about our character's life is upgrading to that more supportive environment. It's very nice to see, especially for a character who I think went through something really tough. And I love seeing that they're coming out the other side. So good on them. All right, guys, thanks for hanging out with me. I will see you in the next one. If you do enjoy my channel, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe. It lets me know that you like the channel, want me to keep doing it, and then I shall. All right, bye for now.